Hey there guys, Jay the Nerd Squatch here for Beer to Bear Entertainment, and we here at the team just wanted to give you a quick update from the WGA and the SAG-AFTRA on what we are allowed to do as entertainment journalists. So, entertainment journalists are not on strike. That means that the WGA and the SAG-AFTRA are not requiring us to stop reviewing movies that are releasing now. We cannot, however, discuss films that are struck, projects that were hit right when the strike's begun, and thus have ceased work and production. Therefore, we can talk about things that are coming out right now, like Haunted Mansion, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like Barbie and Oppenheimer, but we just can't talk about the things that the strike is affecting. That would be considered scabbing. Now, with that, TV broadcasters and journalists are also not on strike and therefore can continue their work. Something that we also know from the WGA and the SAG-AFTRA is that they are not calling for a consumer boycott. That means that you should not cancel your subscription services. Do not cancel your streaming. Do not stop going to the movies. They are asking for our support to show that their jobs are valuable. Go support the writers and the actors in what is releasing now. Hopefully we can help all together to make this a better world for both us and the people we look up to bring us this wonderful content, because without the writers and the actors, film and pop culture is nothing. So we here at Beer to Bear Entertainment fervently support the writers and the actors' right to strike and will continue to support them until they are given fair compensation for their work. Thanks guys, and remember, much love. Stay awesome, stay bearded. I'm out of here.
What's going on, everybody? Are you looking for an upside? Well, we have one for you. Joining us today, this week, this episode of the Bear and the Beard podcast, we have our new friends, Quan and Thandi, from the non-dimensional upside. They're here to tell you all about themselves, what inspired them to start a show and bring it under our banner, and what that show is going to be about. So stick around. It's right after this. Please stand by.
And you're tuned in
No,
to the
Holly,
Bear...
that's my line. You're tuned in to the Bear and Beard podcast. Enjoy the show.
Like they're lining up. Well, they're excited.
What's going on, fandomites? Welcome to or back to the Bear and the Beard podcast. Are you lost? Well, you're found now. Get in here. Check us out. We hope not to lose you too soon in the episode. I am one of your co-hosts, The Bear. I am joined, as always, by my majestically bearded, faithful co-host, Bearded Brian Guy, The Beard. Brosius Mayo, my guy.
Mayo Brosius, my dude. How we doing?
Doing well. Doing very well. Coming off of a con that we just did last weekend with these lovely individuals. For those of y'all listening to this in the future, this was Alabama Con 2023. So it was very, very fun. We are joined also by another redheaded stranger, or at least for the weekend, he had purple hair. Our other co-host, Nerd Squatch Jay. How are you doing, my friend?
I am doing good. How are you guys?
Doing very well. So we are going to talk about the con just briefly, but we want to let y'all know we're going to do a full wrap up, probably like a live stream soon. So be on the lookout for that. But if you're listening to this on the day it drops, look for that this weekend. Look for that this weekend. We're going to try to do it this weekend. So, and if you're listening to it too far in the future, it's on our YouTube somewhere. Go find it. It was awesome. It was a great con. So I love when we
through you guys watching it.
It was great. It was so much fun. We got to meet some celebrities. We got to do some awesome cosplays.
It's us.
The Bebop and Rocksteady cosplays were great. It's so much fun. But we will talk about that at length during a con wrap up. So without further ado, because I know I'm pretty sure Quan's a superhero and he's just not telling us. And he patrols the city at night. We need to get to this interview.
Superhero?
So we're joined by the non-dimensional Upside's two co-hosts, Quan and Thandi. Welcome to the show, guys.
Welcome. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Oh boy.
So, for those of y'all that don't know, Quan and Thandi, I met them at Mississippi Comic Con 2023. They came to the table. I was very blue because I was Beast, not because I was sad. And we got to talking about launching a podcast. And it's been since June that I've been in contact with both of them. We've brought them up during many team meetings. We officially brought them on the team about a week ago. And I'm already sick of Quan. Thandi can stay.
I told you.
Completely kidding. We love these two to death. They actually came up to Alabama Con because they are Alabama locals. So they came and helped us out over the weekend. It was a lot of fun getting to hang out with them.
Yes.
Outside of, but also inside of a con setting. It was very fun. So, and that's pretty much what we're here to talk about. They have a show, The Non-Dimensional Upside, which I am now not mispronouncing. Thank goodness. I did all weekend, I swear. And that's what we're here to kind of talk about. So I'll ask the first question, guys. Tell us about yourselves. What's y'all's background? What, who you be? Who you be?
Who are you?
As always, age before beauty. It's lovely.
He got me with that one this weekend.
Well, I am Thandi. I'll go by Lovely. Just because that's the persona I would like to choose. Let's see. What about me? I'm just this immortal being who is drifting and having a great time and meeting all these lovely souls. No, really though. I guess really straightforward is like I'm a person who loves anime. I love art in general. I love to just experiencing people, places, and be creative. and then everything else we just have to just learn as we go. I could never really answer that question honestly all in one go. So hopefully that kind of nails it in a general sense.
I mean, good enough for me. What about you guys?
Well,
all right. Well, I guess we'll move on to the handful over here.
well, hey.
Wait. A handful?
A handful.
There, you just being mean here?
Oh, look, Quad's a handful and a half. Let me tell you.
That's weird.
we will talk more about it during the con wrap up, I promise. But Quad is a handful and a half. I swear.
I don't think so.
Did you see what this man brought me from his house?
That's not a handful.
Yeah.
That poster is so big, I can't even hang it in here anywhere.
Do you have any wall space for something big?
I don't think it came with a warning, I think
It didn't. It
here
didn't.
you go.
There was no warning. It was just like,
It was just
this for
but
you.
I literally got a text message that said, "Hey, just for everything you're doing to help us out and everything, I want to bring you this piece of art." And he shows up with this giant poster. I'm just in a frame and everything. I was just like, okay, yeah, no, that's fine. It was taking up his whole back seat of his car.
So it's safe to say he's not a handful. He just gives you a handful.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's another way to say it nicer. Yeah, sure. Matter of fact, Quan, while you introduce yourself, I'm going to go get this monstrosity real quick and show everybody.
Well, as the bear said, I am the handful. I go by Quan, but you can also call me your cousin. I will be your favorite cousin, I swear. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just check me out. Yeah, I am the co-host of TNDU, the Non-Dimensional Upside. And I love anime, love art. I'm also working on a manga while trying to work on a podcast. So it's just a lot going on. And over time, hopefully Miss Lovely will help me manage time management, keep my brain in a collective space, because it's a lot of things that it just shoots off. Look, there it is. There it is. Yeah, it's like a big. It's big.
That's
Like
awesome.
it's a big poster. But yeah, hopefully everybody checks us out at the TNDU non-dimensional upside, and we'll have a lot of information for you guys.
So what is
It's
the
a piece of
podcast
American history.
gonna-
It's a piece of American history right here.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
When Captain America throws his mighty shield.
Hey! You're old.
Yeah, because so when I first met you and we had so many conversations, it was just like I saw the Captain America in the background, and then you told me that you cosplay as Cap a lot, and I was like, oh, well, I have this fantastic piece of art. I'm not the biggest Captain America fan. I'm more of a Deadpool fan, but hey.
That's fair. That's fair. Deadpool's a great character too.
Word.
I'll have to keep that in mind when Deadpool 3 comes out.
Look, I've said this a lot, I think, on the podcast and in person. People ask me why Captain America is my favorite superhero. I was like, because it's a mantle. It doesn't have to be one person. Like, is Steve Rogers my favorite version? Yes, but the idea of Captain America is my favorite superhero. So because it is a mantle, it can be passed down, kind of like Batman should be. So.
Dick Grayson deserves that role.
The wealth, or like just the cowl?
Just the cowl, I believe, and the attitude.
Well, I mean, half of the power is having riches. So you got to inherit the money.
Okay, all of the Bat family have either been adopted or had their freaking college paid for by the Wayne Foundation.
This is true.
It's true.
So
It's true.
You know, if
Sounds
they
about right.
continue after that, then the induction ceremony will be pretty serious. Get rid of some of your family members, then you're ready.
I mean, we can technically gloss over the fact that Bruce takes in orphans and forces them to fight against their will.
right.
Children,
I will not comment.
because of his own childhood trauma.
And right, I was just getting ready to say, including his own traumatized son. He just
Right.
puts him to fight. He's just like, go do it.
Instead of therapy, I'm going to put you through the therapy that I put myself through. Does it
Yep.
work? I don't know. Still figuring it out.
Be right back. Let me go be mentally ill.
Well, I don't know, Bruce. Does it still work? Because Scarecrow can still put you in a coma. You're dealing with your trauma. A nice little trauma coma for Brucey. So, no. Yeah. That's woo! We went way off topic. Let's get back to you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what inspired the two of you to come together and be like, we need to start a podcast?
Tangents like those, just getting off into topics and just starting to talk deeply about it, like how we just went from Batman, this fictional character, to trauma, like that's real life, right?
Yeah.
So there's so much of anime, movie, television, just content, artistic content in general that bleeds into life, and life that goes right back into that artistic content. And we really love anime, so we were like, let's put that as like the center. We will drift from anime, but mostly, anime, life, anime. We get in those conversations all the time, so.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, and you can't tell me that like modern anime isn't at least very like nerdism inspired. I mean, look at My Hero Academia. We say it all the time.
Literally
My Hero
X-Men.
Academia is the Avengers and X-Men combined into one and put in Japan. That's
the creator of My Hero is apparently like a big fan of Star Wars, so I guess
Love
that's
that.
where he got the inspired idea for certain things.
Yeah.
But we were sitting there having a conversation at some point, and she brought up me getting back to like doing photography and like shooting short films and stuff, and I was like, yeah, but my heart's not in it like anymore, not like how it was. And she was like, well, we talk a lot about these topics. Maybe we should just do a podcast. I was like, I wouldn't know where to start doing a podcast. Like, where do you even go to start doing a podcast?
Right here.
And
You
lo and behold,
you go to Mississippi Comic Con and you go to a table.
Comic-Con,
and you go to a table labeled "The Bear and the Beard" and talk to the dude dressed as Beast.
And the craziest thing, we were walking around that con, and she goes, "Oh look, there's Beast," and I was like, "Yo, I love X-Men. Let's go hit this table." We get to this table, and there's this blue guy that's just like, "Yeah, we have a podcast, and if you're looking to start a podcast, we can help with that too." I was like, "Yo, what? This is divine intervention."
Yep.
Quan's exact words were, "We were actually thinking about starting a podcast," and then he said, "But we don't know where to start." I was like, "Right here,
Right here.
right here. This is where you start." I will say that first episode he recorded, though, fair warning to all of our listeners and viewers, very cringe. I loved it so much, but it's not going to be for everybody. So you might have to skip like the first 3 minutes.
Why does that make me want to watch the first 3 minutes?
Right? Spoiler alert, it's probably the best part of the episode.
Oh my gosh. Hey,
but
guys.
no, that is right. You start here, you start with us. We're helping in all forms and facets, and we can't wait to see what y'all do with it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be amazing. And we don't have an anime podcast yet. So having y'all start one, and though y'all, well, I don't want to speak on what y'all are gonna do with the show, but I know that y'all's is not gonna be like, let's review One Piece live action. So to any creator types out there that want to start something like that, hit us up. The Bear and the Beard podcast at gmail.com. So it's going to be great. So, what was the first episode about? Because I know that was Quan's episode, and I haven't watched it all because I haven't had to edit it yet.
So I basically just jumped right into certain animes, like where I started from. Like I had a lot of I grew up with a lot of old school animes. Some I didn't really get to because my mind was like all over the place. But just for reference, like I grew up off gory stuff. So my brother introduced me to Akira. It was the first thing that I had ever seen anime wise, and it was a film. And I was like, and as a kid, I'm thinking, this is a grown-up cartoon. I can't watch this. Like this is exactly what I said. Like, and as I got older, like I started realizing, oh, this is anime. And once I realized this was anime, that means that Pokemon wasn't a cartoon. It was an anime. Mm-hmm. So when I got on my own exploration, I started finding a bunch of things that I like Tenchimuyu, Trigun, Big O.
Yes.
Cowboy Bebop. Like
bingo.
My inner weeb is weeping with joy right now.
Like it goes. Like one of my favorite, like I want to say just space sci-fi related anime, like just traveling through the galaxy. Aside from Cowboy Bebop, which a lot of people probably don't even know about it, but it's Outlaw Star. Outlaw Star, for me, I was like, yo, this is great. Like, who doesn't want to be a ship captain and people put you down and you're the underdog, but you get stuff done? Like, I fell in love.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Love that. I could probably count on one hand how many anime shows I've actually gotten into.
Same.
And see, I'm over here like I knew all of those. I might not have watched them all the way through, but I knew all of those. My introduction to anime was Kiki's Delivery Service, the Studio Ghibli.
Uh-huh.
So
was that a late introduction?
Kind of. It was right around Pokemon for me, and then Digimon. So like it was Kiki's and then Pokemon and then Digimon, but I only got into those because of the video games for Pokemon for one, and then of course Yu-Gi-Oh. And
Yu-Gi-Oh is considered anime? Okay.
Yes.
Yu-Gi-Oh is anime.
I could not tell you a single thing that's ever happened in Yu-Gi-Oh at all. None of that knowledge is in my brain, but I did watch it and love it as a kid. I don't remember
All
any
you
of
should
it.
know, the most important thing to take away from that is Yugi saying, "It should have been me, not him."
Kaiba. Or it's time to duel. Yes. From just shameless plug here. If you want more info on Yu-Gi-Oh and how some of our other team members like it, Hesitation Station just did an episode about how much they liked Yu-Gi-Oh growing up, the anime, the card game, all that fun stuff. Go check it out. All right. So the second episode that I have not received yet, so I don't know how much cringe level it is
It's in the
all
file.
Thandi's, right?
Yeah, it's in the file though. It's there. I promise.
Yeah, no, like really, they're really talking about Quan's episode being cringe just to cover up my cringe. So I appreciate that, really. His second episode is me. Like you can tell I'm new to podcasting, but like you're gonna get to know me over time. I talked about like where I started with anime, like how I kind of got into it. Like everybody was watching like Inuyasha and Pokemon and things like that, and we weren't entirely aware that it was anime. But I remember a huge thing for me was being into graphic novels. So if anybody remembers, which if anybody remembers, oh my goodness, which and you guys. Okay, so there's Winx.
I was trying to be like, okay, first of all, we've covered that none of the three of us are huge anime fans. Like we know samplings. So if you're looking to us for a name, I have no idea how to help you.
Oh no.
I do know Winx.
I'm so glad it didn't leave my mind, but they've even been trying to bring some of these back in live action and it's killing my soul. They've revived some of them and they're totally different, but Winx, which and then I remember reading my first manga was Skip Beat, and that was just huge for me. If anybody knows about that, it's more of a shoujo, which is more girl, and then shonen is for more boyish type of, so action, and shoujo is more like romance or slice of life, I guess.
You're blowing my mind right now. I didn't even know there was like two different things. Like
I shared a meme about shonen anime today.
I'm like Shonen Jump. That's all I know because that was the big magazine that came with like it was like yay thick and it had like a Yu-Gi-Oh like scene in it, a One Piece scene in it, a Dragon Ball Z scene in it, and then they would introduce new mangas that way.
Yeah,
it
that
was
was
crazy.
amazing.
Like
the book sales at
I'm
school.
pretty sure Shonen Jump is the only reason I know what Shaman King is.
Whoa, I haven't heard that in a long time.
Right?
Oh they did a reboot actually.
No,
Whoa.
yeah. They're a gold mine for
it's on
introducing
Netflix.
people.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, not to throw too many terms out there. But
I mean, throw them. They might not stick, but throw them. I don't care. We might catch one. You know, hey, wait, I knew that one.
These words. Yeah.
I like turtles. I want to know about
I
that.
like turtles.
Are those? Oh wait, I see now. Never mind.
Yeah, it's all turtles all the time over at the Nerd Squatch house.
Yeah.
God, I love being a turtle.
Oh.
What was your phrase? Is it green? It's not a turtle. It's a turtle.
Yeah, green like a turtle, not a turtle. Okay. Just walking around Alabama, looking like saw a lot of Beast Boys. Where it's like green like a turtle. Oh, not a turtle. Okay.
But has the power to turn into a turtle.
Right. I mean, yeah, you've done it before.
This is true.
Oh, they are in the file. Quan sent me he's like, it's in the file. I swear.
I don't want to be framed. It's in the file.
That's gonna be a t-shirt. It's in the file.
It's in the file.
To y'all, what makes an anime an anime? Does it have to be from Japan, or is it the style? Because there's stuff that I've called anime that I thought was, and people are like, that's not anime. Don't call that anime. I'm like, okay, I won't.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Wait, hold
let
on.
me tackle this one just a bit. Let me tackle it just a
Yeah, yeah,
bit.
yeah. Go in, go in.
All right. Okay, so anime in
That's an
itself
anime.
is I in some people's eyes, yes, but anime in itself, I think the term is just like it's like a shorter term for animation, or in Japanese, anime means animation, or somewhat. Forgive my knowledge if it's wrong, but what makes a good anime for me, what has to make something an anime top notch for me, it has to be the design of the characters. Because I feel like if those characters don't portray what this animation is doing, like I want to say the most recent episode of Jujutsu Kaisen, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, there's this animation that Gojo does. And I feel like if that animation wasn't like that, it could not be an anime.
Huh.
But it was beautiful. It was fantastic.
And see, I'm the guy that, like, because so many people have told me, they're like, well, it has to be made like in Japan or like, an Asian country, and I'm like, okay, Avatar:
No.
Last Airbender animated in South Korea, so technically that would make it an anime. And they're like, but it was made by Nickelodeon. I was like, I don't care. That's not what you said.
The story,
It's
the
baloney.
story, the story, most definitely.
I love
But
Avatar so much.
there are animes that come from like American creators. Like
Mhm.
it's not all just like it started in Asian countries, in Japan, and so on and so forth. But since then, we've adopted it as a Western culture. Now,
Yes.
going from this end, I'm gonna let Lovely take over because she has that knowledge. I don't know too much about that.
I loved how you were so considerate and like spoiler alert, but then you didn't spoil anything.
Hey, I was just trying to say.
No, like I understand because I die with spoilers if I get anything spoiled for me. No, I think anything is an anime if it's not a cartoon. No, no, I'm joking. Some people will get that because there's like a huge argument between those two things, which I do believe there's a
Anime is real.
distinction with with cartoons and anime. But anime to me is oh man, that's such a loaded question. um, and it's kind of like I'm joking, but it's not a cartoon. But no, I think it's just what the process of it being more than just for an entertainment. Like if you think about Mickey Mouse or episodes like that, like they were always trippy and like it wasn't always just about any kind of lesson. It was just like here's something to distract you, here's some cool visuals. And it might have a storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah, like visuals, and it might have a storyline, but like anime always reaches deeper than entertainment to me, and that's the more you get into anime, the more I feel like that'll make sense for you guys out there who might be not exactly exploring anime, but that's a huge thing. It just reaches deeper, like a movie or a show, like okay, the Fast and Furious talks. It's about bonds and things like that on a different level, and like in friendship and family. So
I
like
got friends.
that.
I got family. Yes.
I was looking at
And there are
Jay's
better
reaction.
movies than that, thankfully.
Yeah. So like deep, it just goes deeper like that. And then as far as it being from other countries, like I've read manga from Germany or like from
Really?
other countries, like so yeah, and it was good. It was good. It's called Night School, I believe. But I think it's Germany. It's from maybe like the Czech Republic or somewhere like that. But
I'll have to look that up. That sounds
and then,
interesting.
yeah, I've seen Chinese anime, so I can't. I mean, I feel like every country has had cartoons, and then somebody's eventually evolved it into like I want this to be more, but animated. So I can't say.
Ninja Turtles did it.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
I
did.
think people are used to just the the perceived monopoly that Asia has on anime. So maybe
Rise is good, but yeah, Yeah.
People
I
are
mean-
really always going to try to gatekeep.
Yeah.
There's always going to be someone who's like, well, this doesn't fit this for me, so it can't for you either. It's like, just let people be happy. But I can understand why you would not consider something like Family Guy anime. It's just stupid humor. Like,
Right.
there's
Yeah,
no
exactly.
underlying
Mindless
story. It's
entertainment.
animated, but it's not anime.
It's a tune. Like in certain
Yeah,
animes, when characters die, they don't come back.
It's permanent.
But in a toon verse, such as Family Guy or things like that,
Peter
those characters
dies
are back
sometimes.
next
Except
episode.
for
Like,
Dragon Ball Z.
you got to use the Dragon Balls.
So I'm going to say something that'll probably get me shunned by everyone on this panel. I could never get into Dragon Ball Z.
No, that's fair.
No, me neither.
That's fair.
I tried so hard. Everyone I was around
It's
growing up,
genetic.
like, that was everything else that I loved. They loved that. And they're like, how can you not like it? I'm like, it bores me.
I just don't get it.
Until they came out with Super, where they cut out a lot of the filler, it was really, like, for me, unwatchable. Like, I
The
could.
characters
I
look
sat
cool.
through the Cell Saga because Trunks had a sword. So
I have Dragon Ball Z skins on Fortnite, and I love using them because they look cool.
yeah,
But I don't know anything about the character.
No, I mean, like, not even the Dragon Ball Z fans were into every saga or, like, chapter, so
Yourself.
that's valid. But this is Quan's realm over here. Like, I'm a fan, but not like that.
Episode 5: Quan defending Dragon Ball Z to non-Dragon Ball Z
I
fans.
will defend Dragon Ball to the death of me. Especially Vegeta. People sleep on Vegeta, and I hate it so much. I
Prince of
understand,
Saiyans.
but I hate it. But yes, yeah.
I think it's funny when I see the clips online of Vegeta trying to do something and he thinks he can do it just because Goku can, and then he can't. It's so funny. He's like, "Well, if Goku could do it, I could do it." It's like, nah, you can't.
See, it's all I'm gonna say is with Super Saiyan 3, because everybody felt like Vegeta was supposed to have a Super Saiyan 3. We skipped that transformation. I say we because yes, I am the Prince of all Saiyans. Fear me. We skipped that transformation because
Hot take. Quan's the Prince of all Saiyans.
It's a useless transformation.
Ryan, I told you he was a handful. Did I not? I warned you at the beginning of this episode.
I love it.
You in the abridged version where he was like, "I am the hype." I felt that. I am the hype. When it comes to Dragon Ball Z, I am the hype.
But I used to really think, like, dang, like, they're really talking through so many segments of the fight, or like they're not fighting, And that used to be my thing before I got into Dragon Ball Z. But like, what is the one thing that makes everyone love it? Like, as far as the beards question, because I have thought that for years.
I will tell you the one thing that makes people love Dragon Ball the most. Vegeta, because if you did not have Vegeta, I'm being so serious. If you did not have Vegeta, because Toriyama originally was gonna have Vegeta killed off, and fans were like, "No, he's dope. We like it." So he carried him on to like the Namek saga or the Frieza saga for most people, and people were like, "Oh man, he killed them off. That's it for him." And they were like, "No. Dragon Balls." And yeah, he's back. And everybody was like, yes, he needs a rival. Keep this rival.
So what you're saying
Without Vegeta.
Anti-Jason Todd.
Uh-huh.
The fans wanted to keep him around and didn't want him to die, so they kept him around.
I'll say this. For any fans of Twilight out there, when you were surprised at the things that were going on when Alice was showing her vision, you were surprised to see that this series was going to keep going that long. And it's carried on the back of the secondary character, not the main character. And people are asleep on that.
I want part of the internet to blow up behind this. Just that.
We need a Goku saving arc so Vegeta can get his crown back. I'll say that.
All right,
I
so
think
here's
in
what.
most shows, main characters get more hype wrongfully than some of the side characters. Like Avatar: Last Airbender, people love to give Aang credit because he's so powerful. He has all 4 elements. Okay, but Zuko.
But Zuko, though.
Zuko. I was just gonna say, how about Iroh? What?
Iroh is like unstoppable.
Preach.
Can we talk about the song? Can we just talk about how that song plays?
We'll make
No,
you cry.
okay, all right, no,
We'll
yeah,
make
because
you
we can't make
cry.
beer cry. Can we talk about just the Order of the White Lotus? Just
Oh
the
my
Order of the White
God.
Lotus.
When they storm Ba Sing Se, yes.
Can we
Like-
get a spin-off? Yes.
Like,
Based on the White Lotus.
did we really need Aang to fight Ozai, or could they
No.
have just gone and taken down Ozai? Like,
Honestly,
for real.
I
For
honestly
one-
believe Iroh could have defeated him, but Iroh didn't think it was his place to defeat him. Iroh
That's
could have
fair.
taken him 100%.
That's fair. That's
But
fair.
before we get too far, can I also say, can we talk about the Earth King in Ba Sing Se, how he was locked up but got loose out of his little coffin metal cage
Boomy.
and slid? Like he was like,
He took on the
Old
whole
Boomy.
city while still being in prison. He was
Yes!
just taking his prison with him.
Yep. He's like, oh, time to go. Yeah.
Waiting too, like he could have gone anytime.
Yep.
It was that
The fact-
moment he was waiting for.
the fact that he was muscular up under this robe and everybody thought, oh, he's just a fragile old man.
Let us leave.
I need to rewatch the show.
Crazy.
My
old
cabbages!
The cabbage guy.
The cabbage guy made Aang the real villain.
Yep. This is facts.
If you put yourself in the cabbage man's shoes, like
Yep.
there's no redemption for Aang.
This whole time I've been like, I hope I'm not making weird faces. Feeling like I'm making weird faces the whole time. So there's
Weird
nothing-
faces. We don't know what you're talking about.
No, that was just like a side, Easter egg for the audience to get to know me. I feel like I'm making weird faces, guys.
Be on the lookout for Lovely's lovely funny faces.
Yeah.
A side segment, just a whole bunch of slides of her faces.
No, I'm just gonna go through it and like have a counter that pops up every time one pops up and keep tallies of it.
Like Krillin's own scenes in the abridged.
I do not appreciate this or approve. No.
It's okay. Guess what?
It's gonna
It's
be
y'all's
somebody's
show.
bad idea.
It's y'all's show. I can't do anything without y'all's approval anyway. So Quan, I'm gonna need you to message me that approval ASAP.
I got you.
I'm
We'll
gonna
sign off on it.
Yeah, I'll figure out a way around that.
She's gonna kick me in the schnoz.
I'm gonna
She-
talk to corporate.
She's gonna call corporate. She's gonna call corporate. Watch out.
Hello, you're in trouble.
She's just gonna like hack a database and find Mama Bear's number and be like, Mama Bear, stop him. Stop him right now.
He'll break his thumb.
I know what he's doing. He said he's editing tonight. Go stop him.
Get him.
My
Like,
cheeks are
it's gonna
starting
be
to
some
hurt
benign prank, but
so
it's gonna
much.
really get you.
All right. So we've talked about who you guys are. We've talked about the idea behind the show and what started your show. Do you have any last things for the listeners, for the viewers, anything like that? Like anything you might need to prep them on? I'll start off this list by saying gatekeepers are not allowed. The kind of the values, I would say, of our show they're going to carry over to non-dimensional upside. You're not going to be a fan of everything they're going to talk about, and that's fine. You don't have to be a fan, but we're also not going to listen to haters. We're not going to listen to gatekeepers. That's not what we're here for. This is a new thing that they're
If you
doing.
don't like something, don't like it in peace.
Right. Don't be like the guy I saw on Facebook the other day. It was, and this is anime related. It was a picture from Dragon Ball Evolution. It was a picture from the live action One Piece, a picture from the live action Bleach, and then there was I think it was a picture from live action Death Note movie. and it said which of these four did it the worst. And someone commented and said One Piece doesn't even belong on this list because they stuck so close to the source material. Like, yeah, they changed a few things, but they did a good job as compared to these other three atrocities. And then this one dude comes on and he's like, they're all garbage. I was like, I need to know more about this man. So I went to the many replies and found out about this man that he didn't even like the original anime of One Piece. So he didn't watch it. And now he's commenting on how bad One Piece is. Like, dude, just stop. You can't say it's garbage if you didn't watch it, for one. For two, you didn't like it, that's fine. But don't sit here and say it's garbage because you didn't like it. You are not God's gift to critiquing. Sorry to tell you.
I have a good example for that. I am not a Lord of the Rings fan. Most of my nerd friends love Lord of the Rings. I'm not going to sit here and say because I personally find it boring that it is objectively a boring movie. The people who get joy from it still get joy from it. Let people get joy from the things that bring them joy. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Preach.
I mean, the only thing that I can say, as far as just us doing this as a team, you come for her, you come for me, you come for me, you come for her, you come for us, we come for you. But with
a bear, a beard, a nerd squatch, and several other people behind them.
Exactly. But even with that, like, if you don't like something, that's fine. You can not like it. Your personal opinion matters to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's valid to you. It doesn't mean that I have to care about your opinion personally.
Yep.
But what I do care about is the positivity and the enjoyment that you receive as a fan, even if it's a negative enjoyment. Oh, I like it because this person got killed off. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to judge you, but I'm also not going to pay attention to the things that don't serve. So,
Word.
That's a good way to sum it up. I like that. Thandi, any words of warning?
Bear with us. I don't know.
Did you say bear with you?
Like somebody needs to edit it, like where you're like, did you say bear? And then you transform into
his face his face just goes.
I triggered the bear. Dang it! The beard is the only thing to help us now. No,
and then next thing you know, his beard just grows out.
Just fur.
But it also encompasses my face. Like everything becomes beard.
Brian's beard goes up. He all of a sudden is Wolfman.
Yeah, the intensity has to match. Each intensity goes up. The more bear, the more beard. No, I think going forward, you'll get to know us more as the NDU, the non-dimensional upside. No dimensions to our upside. Let's go. Keep going up.
Let's go. I like it. I love the energy. Well, I think that's going to do it for this. Guys, Brian, Jay, did y'all have any other questions, comments, anything like that before we kind of wrap this up?
One last. Are y'all excited for the Scott Pilgrim anime?
Netflix.
Yes.
I got mixed feelings.
I'm very curious.
We need to talk about that.
I got mixed feelings. Because I did play like the arcade game, so.
Yes. I remember that.
Nice.
Anybody else? Anything before we wrap it up?
My age is showing.
My age is showing. Don't talk about age. I'm the oldest person on this panel. You stop it right now, sir.
I'm the second youngest.
You are immortal. Oh.
I might not be the oldest person on the team, but I'm definitely the oldest person on this panel. So
I feel like Nerd Squat is like Eldritch Horror that presents as the youngest person on the team.
Yes. No, yes. Just 100% that.
I've been here since before y'all emerged from the ooze, and I'm just like...
I've been waiting for this instance where they invite me to a podcast. This one only comes around once every million tries.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh God.
In the other million, I just bump into them at Mississippi Comic-Con, and they're like, "Oh, another Loki."
Yep. But in one.
in one in a million. It's yes, this is the time. All that conversation just got me really excited for Loki season 2.
Yes.
Can't wait. It's gonna be so good. All right, guys. Well, I think we're gonna get out of here. Be on the lookout for the non-dimensional upside. Hopefully, no promises here because I am the editor and producer. I cannot guarantee what my daily life will bring, but we're hoping for next Saturday release of first episode, and we'll talk release schedule after that. So, but hopefully the first one will be out next Saturday, a week from the drop of this episode. We really hope you enjoy it. You'll be able to find it everywhere you find us, but mostly check it out on YouTube, where hopefully you're watching this. And until then, I think it's time to get out of here. I've been the Bear.
I've been the Beard.
I've been Nerd Squatch.
And we want to remind you, as always, to stay awesome,
stay bearded,
and much love, you guys. We will see y'all next episode. Until then, we are out of here!
Boom, cut the check.
That was totally wicked! Thanks for checking out another Bearded Bear Entertainment production. New episodes of this show are released every other Friday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, in both audio and video format. Audio episodes are available pretty much anywhere you get your podcasts, and YouTube is the only place for video format.
For listeners, subscribe on your app so your device downloads it automatically. And for viewers, subscribe and click that little bell so you're notified about all our new nerdy content. Also, don't forget to follow us on our socials.
Facebook,
Instagram, and
TikTok
are all great places to interact with us.
Many thanks to the rest of our team, all of our geeks of the round table, and all of our awesome friends of the cast. Much love, y'all. Lastly, for more cool music like this awesome outro track, go check out HarlequinSoul, Secret Apex on Facebook and Spotify. His links are in the description as well.
Talk at you next episode, nerds.
See you then!